Good morning, friends. Hope you are doing well. Today, somebody sent me the story of a rich man about his vacation. Story begins right now. The family of a man who planned to make a trip to their farmhouse at some hill station for 3 days vacation. The wife of the businessman decided not to take many servants, but only two of them, one for driving and the other one for the helping to load and unload the stuff from cars. That man took off for a journey with his wife, two daughters and two sons. It was a 24-hour drive during a midnight. While they were still on the road, they saw a child of almost 12 years walking on the roadside. The businessman asked his driver to stop the car and sent him to investigate the child. Driver went to child and talked to him and come back with a story of that child being traveling with his parent toward his home. That was far off from this place. During the journey, the bus stopped for a while and he got separated from his parent because of being wanded off too far from bus. Bus took off leaving him behind and he was waiting for a vehicle since morning. The family decided to take that child with them and they went to a nearby town police station to file a report. They took that child with them to hill station. After 24 hours, nobody come to investigate that child, so they decided to take that child with him to their home in city. Wife thought that this child could be help them out in house, plus he could help or taking care of his 6-year-old son. But that child they took from the road, he was not suburban nature. The day passed of him being working in a business that rich man's house. When one day the 16-year-old son of the owner becomes very ill and they took him to the hospital, but the doctor were unable to diagnose the condition because of all of his reports were clear. He vomited much with worms in his vomit. Within 7 days the boy died. The whole family got caught in serious wave of pain and shock, but this condition became much worse with their daughter getting exactly the same illness as their dead son. Again, they were unable to save her, and she also died. When all of this was happening, the businessman noticed that the whole house of them was in agony, but that 12-year-old child they took from the road, he was content and playing around happily. The businessman got enraged by watching this and he slapped that child by saying that how can you be celebrating in a such English. There was one more strange thing about the bad boy. The other servant around the house noticed that this child never slept. He was always awake and active. They asked the child about this and child used to answer that he sleep with his open eyes. So coming back to the story, this man went to his wife and discussed with her condition of that child. He went to get him out of their house, but his wife refused doing so. She still wanted that guy to take care of their 6-year-old child. Now after slapping that guy, the owner of the house started to get ill himself with all the same condition that happened to his children. During that illness, he started seeing the things like he used to saw that particular child standing right on his side staring him. He wanted to tell others about it, but found himself unable to speak. It was during this duration that the owner vomited Watching all this, the wife called her church father for help. Church father, or that religious practitioner, came and went to the owner to meet him. The owner started talking when the father sighed verses and told him about the situation that father himself had sensed while entering the home. The church father called that boy and asked him that who is here, why he so happy, so they are that home. The guy started laughing and told him that he him bought him and treated him like a servant. When he clearly indicated that he could not be a one, he could not obey, they forced him to do what like a servant. They themselves bought him and their children. The father asked him who he was, which he answered that he was living at that place for where this family took him from the almost 2,500 years. He was not human. Father told him to leave his family as he already has caused them enough harm. This ghost refused to doing so until or unless this family let him took that 60-year-old child with him he took care of. The father tried to play a smart and he somehow managed to make a deal with him. The deal was take the child but stay forever in this house. The ghost couldn't break the deal, so he decided to choose his freedom over the child. But before leaving, he killed that businessman. The family became bankrupt, nothing left behind. So this is the whole story about businessman. One of my followers sent it to me, and please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.